My name is Zachary Cox. I've been sent here from Acme Widget to talk to you guys today about the differences between positive psychology and the law of attraction. Now, today we're really going to try to separate the fact and fiction and try to find out which one is real science and which one is not. Before we do that, let's really try to find and define what is a scientific fact. Now, a scientific fact is knowledge gained from the observation and experimentation using the scientific method. Now, just for a show of hands here, does anybody here know what the scientific method is? Has anybody used it before? All right, so we've got a couple of you. That's very good. Now, for those of you who don't, the scientific method requires an observation, as if something that you observe in life, a hypothesis, which is how or why you think that happens that way. And what you're going to do then is they create an experiment, and they make a prediction of what that experiment is going to yield. They're going to gather the data, and then you take that data and you form a conclusion. Now that we've identified what a scientific fact is and how you find it, let's take a look at our first deliverable, which is The Secret. Now, has anybody heard of The Secret before? Okay, a couple of you. Once again, that's very good. Now, The Secret is an idea that is based off of the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is the idea that using positive thoughts and positive energy, it will then yield positive consequences, and conversely with negative ones. So something like, say you're stuck in traffic, and you fear that you're going to be late. Throughout that ride, you're going to continue to tell yourself, I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late, I know it, I am going to be late. Well, sure enough, you do end up being late. And they say that it's because of your negative thoughts that brings the negative reaction. Now, something as positive as, okay, let's say you want something for your birthday. And you've been thinking about it and thinking about it all year long. You want that watch. I'm going to get that watch for my birthday. Well, sure enough, your birthday comes around, and what do you get? You get the watch that you wanted. Now, we're going to take a look at something else that we call positive psychology. What is positive psychology? Positive psychology is the study of measuring how people become happier and more satisfied with their lives. Now, a great way to sum that up is this thing we've got here right below. Happy people don't have the best of everything. They don't have all the cars, they don't have all the cash, all the clothes, everything that you see in the movies. They make the best of everything. So it's not about the things that you get in your life, it's about the things that you have in your life and maximizing the potential and making the best out of them. So now that we've analyzed what these two things are, let's take a little bit more look at the happy lives that is formed from positive psychology. The first thing that we're going to take a look at is called the pleasant life. Now, the pleasant life is an immediate satisfaction through personal gains. Now, it's something as simple as, let's say, a speeding ticket. You get out of a speeding ticket and you feel good about it. You instantly feel good about it. But you know that you shouldn't have been speeding in the first place. Now, that's a personal gain and it just brings you some instant satisfaction, but that drops off after a minute. After you get home, maybe a day or two later, you still don't feel good about it anymore. It doesn't last. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the good life. Now, the good life is a longer lasting satisfaction. Now, you get that by applying your strengths, the things that you're very good at, and applying them to your everyday interactions to bring a greater satisfaction. Now, a great example of that is, the train conductor on my train, Roger. Roger comes in every day. Lately, the winter months have been a little bit harsher, and, customers have been very unhappy. Now, Roger's very good at being social and emotional intelligence. It's something that it comes natural to him. Now, he takes that and he maximizes that potential every day by coming in, punching everyone's ticket with a great smile on his face. He's very friendly, and he's very likable, and it really makes the best out of it. Now, let's talk about the third one. Now, this is the last one, and it brings, I think, the most satisfaction is the meaningful life. Now, leading the meaningful life means knowing your strengths and devoting them to an outside cause, bringing you a greater feeling of satisfaction through the satisfaction of others. Now, the best example that I can think of is Mahatma Gandhi. Now, Gandhi spent his entire life devoting it to others and helping others and trying to make things better. Now, by doing so, that brought him joy. Another person is Mother Teresa. She spent her time helping others, and that brought her joy. So as we can see, there are three true different paths to happiness. So now let's take a look at what we've learned and what is the difference between the two. Now the secret, it doesn't present any form of measurable data, nor has its claim ever been scientifically proven due to its inability to replicate its findings. It's just, you can't use the scientific method to recreate an idea. It doesn't work like that. You know, an idea and its consequence is something that can't be tested. Now let's take a look at positive psychology. Positive psychology has been proven as a science through multiple tests and studies yielding measurable data. UPenn currently has something going on right now. You can visit AuthenticHappiness.org and you can participate in one of their studies. They then take that information and they use it using the scientific method to form a conclusion. Now by taking this stuff, we're able to differentiate and categorize the different paths of satisfaction. And that creates a real science out of it. Now, taking this information, now let's apply this to an everyday situation in life. So, recently I turned 26. And in turning 26, I had to renew my driver's license. Now, I've been going to Boston for about 5 years now, and at the start I started driving to the train station. You have to pay your parking ticket, and then you take the train on in. Well, somewhere along the line, I forgot to pay my parking ticket, and I got home from work, and sure enough, there was a ticket sticker on my car. Someone told me very quickly, they said, hey, you don't have to pay those. Nothing ever happens. Nothing's happened to me. I doubt anything will happen to you. Well, I thought, great, that's dandy. I don't have to worry about this anymore. I'm not going to pay it because I know nothing bad will happen. Let's fast forward to 5 years later, when I go to renew my license and they tell me I have 20 unpaid parking tickets that have now exponentially grown in cost. Now, if we apply a secret to that, how did that work out? I had some affirmative thoughts. I said to myself, nothing is bad is going to happen because I knew it. There was no other scenario where I've seen bad things happen, and it was a positive thought in my head. Fast forward some years later, and now look what happens. I think that's a clear example of how the secret doesn't work in every scenario. Now, if we can take that, positive psychology can be applied to various situations, whereas, the secret really can't. It really can't. It's a certain scenario, and it's not applicable. Now, if we have any questions from anybody, I'd be more than happy to help them. Any questions? No? Oh, all right, thank you. Thank you for your time.